Far beyond Neptune's icy orbit, something strange was happening, and astronomers couldn't explain it. Tiny frozen worlds, drifting in the darkness, seemed to move in ways that defied logic. Their orbits bent and tilted, as if an unseen force was pulling the strings of a cosmic puppet show. It wasn't a glitch in the data, it was something real, something massive, but invisible. At first, no one believed it could mean anything extraordinary. Space is chaotic, after all, and random motion is common among distant celestial bodies. But as the data piled up, patterns began to emerge. The gravitational tugs weren't random. They were synchronized, as if every small world was dancing to the rhythm of a hidden partner. That realization shook astronomers. What kind of object could move entire planets without ever revealing itself? It would have to be enormous, perhaps 10 times the mass of Earth. Yet, no telescope had ever caught a glimpse of it. How could something so big be hiding in plain sight at the edge of our own solar system? The evidence was subtle but consistent. Over time, the outer regions of the solar system revealed a kind of gravitational footprint. Something massive seemed to be pulling at everything. But whatever it was, it lurked far beyond where sunlight fades into eternal night. Scientists began to whisper about an unseen world. Was there another planet out there, a true ninth planet, orbiting in the shadows? If so, it wouldn't just be another discovery. It would change our understanding of the solar system itself, rewriting the map of our cosmic neighborhood forever. The hypothesis of Planet 9. The theory was bold, almost too bold. In 2016, two astrophysicists from Caltech, Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown, presented evidence suggesting the existence of a ninth planet. Their calculations showed that the strange orbits of distant objects weren't coincidences. Something big, something heavy, was out there shaping them. This hypothetical world, nicknamed Planet 9, would orbit the Sun at a distance hundreds of times farther than Earth. It could take up to 20,000 years to complete a single orbit, an eternity compared to our 365-day year. To the human eye, it would be invisible, a dark wanderer lost in the void. Planet 9, if real, might be 10 times the mass of Earth, large enough to bend the orbits of dozens of frozen bodies beyond Neptune. The math was convincing. The simulations matched the real-world data almost perfectly. But the mystery remained. If it's really there, why haven't we seen it? For scientists, this question became an obsession. Telescopes began scanning the skies, looking for a faint speck of light that could reveal the hidden giant. But nothing turned up. It was as if the planet itself didn't want to be found. And yet deep down, every piece of evidence pointed towards something undeniable, an unseen force shaping our solar system. If the theory was right, we weren't looking at a mere planet. We were glimpsing the shadow of an entirely new world, waiting to be discovered. The enigma of misaligned orbits. As astronomers studied the farthest corners of our solar system, they noticed something eerie. The orbits of several icy worlds, known as trans-Neptunian objects, weren't random as expected. Instead, they pointed in roughly the same direction, tilted at similar angles, as though being pulled by an unseen gravitational hand. It was as if the universe had drawn invisible lines across space. This alignment was too precise to be a coincidence. Normally, small celestial bodies drift aimlessly over billions of years, their paths scattered by cosmic chaos. But these distant worlds behaved differently. They seemed organized, choreographed almost, around something massive hidden in the dark. The more data scientists gathered, the stranger it became. The orbits weren't just tilted, they were also elongated, looping around in ways that made no sense unless something gigantic was out there disturbing them. The math didn't lie. The invisible object would have to be several times the size of Earth. What fascinated astronomers most was how consistent the pattern was. 6, then 10, then over a dozen objects all appeared to be influenced by the same mysterious force. Imagine a magnet hidden under a table, pulling metal filings into perfect order. That's how Planet 9 seemed to work. But there was still a problem. If such a massive planet existed, Why couldn't the best telescopes on Earth see it? The search was on, and soon, two scientists would change the conversation forever. The discovery that changed everything. In 2016, at the California Institute of Technology, two planetary scientists, Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown, revealed a study that stunned the world. Using complex simulations and mathematical modeling, they demonstrated that a single massive planet could explain all the strange orbital alignments beyond Neptune. It wasn't science fiction anymore. It was science. Batygin and Brown's calculations showed that the orbits of distant icy objects clustered together because something real, was tugging at them from afar. Their model fit perfectly. The gravitational signature was unmistakable. If Planet 9 existed, it would be the size of a super-Earth, a kind of missing link between small rocky planets and gas giants. For Brown, the discovery carried a strange irony. Years earlier, he had been dubbed the man who killed Pluto after leading the campaign to reclassify Pluto as a dwarf planet. Now, he was the same scientist proposing a new ninth planet, one even bigger and more mysterious. The announcement caused both excitement and skepticism. Some astronomers were thrilled by the possibility, others doubted the data. But one thing was clear: the hunt for Planet 9 had officially begun. Every major observatory turned its gaze toward the farthest, darkest edges of the solar system. And somewhere out there, perhaps beyond the reach of sunlight, something was waiting. Silent, massive, hidden. The true ninth planet, lurking in the shadows of our cosmic backyard. The planet hunter who killed Pluto, Mike Brown, wasn't always chasing invisible planets. In fact, he was the man who took one away. Back in 2006, his discoveries of distant icy bodies, some nearly the same size as Pluto, forced astronomers to rethink what a planet really was. The result? Pluto was demoted, and Mike Brown earned the infamous nickname, the man who killed Pluto. But fate has a sense of humor. A decade later, the same scientist who ended Pluto's planetary reign became the one suggesting a new, even grander world existed beyond it. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Brown went from destroyer to discoverer, from the villain of astronomy to its most daring visionary. For Brown, it wasn't about redemption, it was about curiosity. The data didn't lie. Something massive was sculpting the edges of the solar system. Together with Batygin, he launched a search unlike any before, combining orbital mechanics, advanced simulations, and thousands of sky surveys. Despite years of searching, Planet 9 remained unseen. Yet the evidence grew stronger. Every new object discovered in the Kuiper Belt seemed to dance to the same gravitational tune, adding another piece to the cosmic puzzle. Brown often said that discovering Planet 9 would be the most incredible thing he could do in his career. The man who erased Pluto might one day rewrite the textbooks again, this time to restore the solar system to 9 planets. What we know and don't know about Planet 9. So, what do we really know about Planet 9? According to models, it could be 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, orbiting the Sun on a path so distant that 1 year could last 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years. That's not just far. That's on the edge of interstellar space. The planet, if real, would be a cold, dim world. Sunlight there would be so weak that you could stare directly at the star without blinking. Its skies would glow faintly from the reflected light of distant constellations. It might even have a small family of moons, slowly circling it in the eternal twilight. Yet despite its theorized size and gravity, Planet 9 remains invisible. No telescope, not even the most powerful, has managed to spot it. The reason? It's probably hidden in the darkest region of the sky, where background stars are dense and light is scarce. Finding it would be like spotting a grain of sand lost in a desert of stars. Scientists have narrowed down where it might be, but not exactly. The search area covers thousands of square degrees of sky, and even with modern instruments, that's an astronomical challenge. Some have even suggested that we may have already photographed it by accident, buried deep within unprocessed telescope data. So we stand at a crossroads of knowledge and mystery. The numbers make sense, the gravitational clues are undeniable. But the planet itself, it still hides in the dark, teasing us with its silent pull from the edge of the solar system. the problem of finding the invisible. Hunting for Planet 9 is like chasing a ghost in the dark. Even though it's believed to be enormous, the planet's sheer distance from the sun means it reflects almost no light back to Earth. To our most powerful telescopes, it's practically invisible, a faint moving dot lost among billions of stars. To make matters worse, astronomers don't even know exactly where to look. Planet 9's possible orbit stretches across an enormous section of the sky, and it could be anywhere along that invisible path. Searching for it is like scanning an entire forest, hoping to find one specific leaf in the dark. The challenges aren't just visual, they're technical. The planet's motion would be painfully slow, taking decades to shift even slightly from its position in the sky. Spotting it requires comparing thousands of photos taken months or years apart, looking for a tiny speck that moves just enough to prove it's real. Telescopes like Subaru in Hawaii and the Atacama Observatory in Chile have devoted countless hours to the hunt. Yet, no clear image has emerged. The possibility that it's hidden in the blinding background of the Milky Way, where stars are densely packed, makes the search even more frustrating. But that's exactly what makes the mystery so irresistible. The idea that something so vast could be right there, in our own solar system, hiding just beyond our reach, drives scientists to keep looking. Every night, they scan the darkness, chasing a shadow that refuses to show its face.
The alternative theories. Of course, not everyone believes in Planet 9. Some astronomers argue that the evidence could be explained in other ways, without the need for a hidden planet at all. They suggest that the strange orbits might be the result of statistical bias caused by how telescopes survey the sky. Maybe the data simply gives the illusion of a pattern.
Others propose that the distant region beyond Neptune, the Kuiper Belt, might contain thousands of smaller icy bodies whose combined gravity could mimic the pull of a single large planet. Instead of one invisible giant, it could be a swarm of tiny ones. Then there are more exotic theories. Some physicists believe the anomalies could point to new physics, perhaps even the influence of dark matter, the mysterious substance that makes up most of the universe's mass. If that were true, Planet 9 wouldn't be a planet at all, but the first sign of something far stranger. Despite these alternatives, the Planet 9 hypothesis remains the most elegant explanation for now. It ties the data together neatly and fits the laws of gravity perfectly, but until we actually see it, skepticism will always linger. And that's the beauty of science. Mystery fuels discovery. Whether Planet 9 is real or not, the search itself pushes humanity to look deeper into the cosmic unknown. Somewhere, buried in the stars, the truth is waiting. The mystery of Planet X. Long before anyone spoke of Planet 9, astronomers were already chasing another phantom world, Planet X. In the early 1900s, Percival Lowell, a wealthy astronomer and dreamer, became obsessed with the idea that an undiscovered planet lurked beyond Neptune. He spent years searching for it, convinced it was disturbing the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. Lowell's passion bordered on madness. He built an entire observatory in Arizona just to find this hidden world. But despite countless nights under the stars, Planet X never revealed itself. Lowell died in 1916, heartbroken and empty-handed, but his dream didn't die with him. Years later, another astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh continued Lowell's search. In 1930, after painstakingly comparing thousands of photographic plates, he discovered a faint moving dot in the sky, Pluto. The world celebrated, believing Lowell's Planet X had finally been found. But the triumph didn't last. Decades later, astronomers realized Pluto was far too small to explain the orbital wobbles that Lowell had noticed. Planet X, it seemed, was still out there. The discovery of Pluto had been a lucky coincidence, a cosmic trick of fate. And so, the legend of Planet X became the seed of today's Planet 9. The names changed, the data evolved, but the mystery endured. Somewhere beyond the edge of sunlight, something massive might still be hiding, shaping our solar system from the shadows. The new planet hunters. A new generation of astronomers has taken up the quest, armed with technology that Lowell could never have imagined. Telescopes like the Subaru telescope in Hawaii, the Atacama Large Millimeter Array in Chile, and the upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile are scanning the heavens with incredible precision. Each night, they capture billions of stars and thousands of icy bodies searching for a single moving speck, the signature of Planet 9. What makes this search different is the use of artificial intelligence and advanced algorithms. Computers now analyze massive amounts of data that no human could ever process manually. They look for tiny shifts between images, subtle movements that could reveal a hidden planet drifting slowly through space. Astronomers also rely on powerful sky surveys, like the Dark Energy Survey and Pan-STARRS, which continuously photograph the sky in deep detail. Somewhere in those endless data archives, Planet 9 might already be captured, invisible to the eye but waiting to be recognized by the machine. Still, the search is painstakingly slow. The region where Planet 9 could be hiding is vast and dim. Each candidate discovery must be verified, tracked, and reobserved, a process that can take years. For every false alarm, the excitement dips, but never fades entirely. The modern planet hunters share the same burning curiosity that drove Lowell and Tombaugh. They're not just searching for a new world, they're chasing a dream that spans generations. The idea that our solar system still holds secrets we haven't uncovered. The new planet hunters. A new generation of astronomers has taken up the quest, armed with technology that Lowell could never have imagined. Telescopes like the Subaru telescope in Hawaii, the Atacama Large Millimeter Array in Chile, and the upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile are scanning the heavens with incredible precision. Each night, they capture billions of stars and thousands of icy bodies, searching for a single moving speck, the signature of Planet 9. What makes this search different is the use of artificial intelligence and advanced algorithms. Computers now analyze massive amounts of data that no human could ever process manually. They look for tiny shifts between images, subtle movements that could reveal a hidden planet drifting slowly through space. Astronomers also rely on powerful sky surveys, like the Dark Energy Survey and Pan-STARRS, which continuously photograph the sky in deep detail. Somewhere in those endless data archives, Planet 9 might already be captured, invisible to the eye, but waiting to be recognized by the machine. Still, the search is painstakingly slow. The region where Planet 9 could be hiding is vast and dim. Each candidate discovery must be verified, tracked, and reobserved, a process that can take years. For every false alarm, the excitement dips, but never fades entirely. The modern planet hunters share the same burning curiosity that drove Lowell and Tombaugh. They're not just searching for a new world, they're chasing a dream that spans generations. The idea that our solar system still holds secrets we haven't uncovered. What this means for our place in the universe. Whether Planet 9 exists or not, the search itself has already changed how we see the cosmos. It reminds us that even in our own backyard, our solar system, there are still enormous mysteries waiting to be solved. For centuries, we've looked outward to distant galaxies, forgetting that the edges of our own system remain unexplored. The quest for Planet 9 is a mirror of human curiosity. It's a story of obsession, patience, and imagination, traits that have always pushed humanity forward. Every telescope pointed at the darkness carries a bit of that hope, that we might uncover one more secret, one more piece of the grand puzzle. If Planet 9 is found, it would reshape our understanding of how the solar system formed. It would prove that massive planets can exist in the cold, distant frontier, where sunlight barely reaches and gravity reigns supreme. And if it isn't found, it would still teach us something vital, that even the strongest scientific theories must face the unknown. In a way, Planet 9 represents more than just a celestial body. It's the embodiment of the human need to explore, to seek the unseen, and question the impossible. Somewhere, in the silence between the stars, that truth echoes louder than any discovery. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, the story of Planet 9 isn't over. It's still unfolding, hidden in the dark, whispering from the edge of the solar system, waiting for us to find it.